Being unplugged means complete separation from modern technology and the media-focused world we live in.
You're able to gain a sense of communication with the people you're surrounded by.
Being unplugged helps you to focus on your present obligations.
People may become unplugged during a trip or during their regular lives just for the experience.
They give up their phones, their computers, and even their televisions in an attempt to grow stronger face-to-face bonds with those around them and provide themselves with the time to go outside, explore, and make the most of their time.
When I was unplugged, I felt enlightened.
Free.
Social.
I'm on my computer several hours a day. I like to be in communication with people.
Probably most of the day. I'm gonna just say 10, probably.
I'm usually connecting with somebody or watching bad TV, like trash TV. Not having my phone on the Baja trip was so easy. It didn't really impact me negatively or anything. I like unplugging.
There were times when I wish I could like talk to people that weren't on the island, but I was never like, oh, I wish I was on Instagram or something.
I always feel really great when I am unplugged. I feel much more energized. I feel like a little cleaner. It's like a detox for me. I find it very hard to unplug because I consider myself a pretty social person. I love talking to people, and that's my main way to communicate with people is through texting or through calling people. It made me connect with the people around me as opposed to people a couple miles away.
It wasn't horrible purely because of where we were. It was a new place. I feel like if I was sitting in the car just driving like through like rural Pennsylvania, I would be like really bored because it all looks the same. But I think because what was in front of me wasn't super like dull or old, because it was all like pretty and new and like, oh, I've never seen this before.
Not having music with me was honestly, it was fine. Like, this is gonna sound really, really, really cliche and like really cheesy, so like don't shoot me or anything, but like nature is its own kind of music, and connecting with people around you is its own kind of music. And I mean, it was hard. I like jamming, I like dancing around, but honestly, like, it was fine. Not having any technology was great. Using books for research, it was kind of like a little bit of an adventure. So we couldn't go on the internet, so we couldn't just go on Google and type, what is a nudibranch? Or what is an invertebrate? You actually had to look through a book, and while you were doing that, you would learn tons of new information about things you weren't even looking for. And it was fun. It was like an adventure. Everyone would all crowd around the book, or we'd all have our books out and be like a race. Who could get to the information the fastest? Who would get to present it? I thought it was a lot of fun.
It was an adjustment, and it did take longer to get the information, but once you got the information, you were like, this is correct. This is right.
On Google, you can type in your answer and it'll be right there, or like a page or two down. But when you're looking through a book, you have to actually search. And you actually have to really care about what you're looking for. And I just think it makes it that much more meaningful when you find the answer.
We're used to having so many results that come up when you Google something, and having like so many sources to like pull from for information. But at the same time, it was also comforting that you could take what the book said like as like word for word fact, that you didn't have to be like, oh, well, like, is this a legit source? Like, are these people trustworthy? Is this just some person that doesn't know what they're talking about on the internet?
Not having technology on the island was not very weird for me. I know personally, I travel a lot, so I don't always have my technology on me. And yeah, it wasn't weird, it wasn't hard, it didn't really take much time to adjust, because it was a temporary thing. How was it different? How was not having technology different? I actually had to pay attention, and I wasn't always distracted by something else. I was very, very aware, and I think that was the weirdest thing, because you're sort of like hunched over all the time. Like, I think my thumb started to atrophy a little bit because I wasn't texting all the time. But it was good weird. It wasn't bad weird. It wasn't like withdrawal weird. It was like a awakening weird. I felt happier. I felt way happier. And I felt connected, but in a different way, not in an internet connection kind of way, in a world around me kind of way, in a people around me kind of way. Since we didn't have technology to distract us, to try and get us out of awkward situations, we had to embrace those situations. And a lot of the times it would then lead to meaningful discussion, or we would just laugh it off. And there were so many people who, at school, with our day-to-day lives, with all the technology, I wouldn't have thought I would ever be friends with. But now, even if we're not like buddy-buddy, I know that I can go and talk to them in the hallway. I can go hang out with them now, all because we were unplugged for 9 days. It was great.
I feel like I just tried to not put myself in an awkward situation to begin with. I know it was hard when they like picked our groups that we had to work in, and then it was like I had never spoken to in my life. But like for the most part, I was around like my friends, so it wasn't hard. And also the fact that nobody has that like safety blanket of your phone, so it's kind of like we're all in the same like awkward situation together. So I feel like there wasn't anything else I could probably turn to other than just smiling and just being happy. I don't know, because I feel like when you're in an awkward situation, just getting upset or like getting really uncomfortable only makes it worse. I think it's better just to like try and be positive and just happy.
Connecting with those around you in a direct manner leads to stronger bonds with the most important people in your life.